Hey everyone, this is Brian back with some more property tours. Today we're looking at some Florida land. These are in Dixie County, Florida, near Old Town, Florida. Just a short drive from the ocean, and most of these are perfect lots for a single wide, a double wide, a modular home, a single family home. These would be great, affordable lots that you could buy and actually own instead of paying and renting a spot somewhere in Florida. So let's go ahead and get started. Right now we're showing 7 total results, but keep in mind some of these have sold. You can see we sold a 2.5, which is very similar to the ones that we've got. We sold one in Putnam, and we've got one under contract that will likely be closing, and another one that's sold in Flagler County. But today we're going to focus on these 3 in Dixie County, Florida. Let's start with the one we had a photographer go out and take some pictures so you can get a really good idea of what these properties are like. So you do have, these are gravel maintained roads that come off of a paved county road, and we can just flip through some pictures here. You can see this one here. This is 2.61 acres. You can see here's Northeast 272nd Street. And I'll get some more pictures here for you, so you can see those are the parcel boundaries. And we've got GPS coordinates of the corners and everything as well. There's another view. You can see this is the entrance to the street. So it's actually the second parcel down the street on the left. And let's just head over to the map. Well, here I can show you some more pictures real fast. So these are representative of most of the properties in that area. You can see here's one down the street where someone does have a single wide back in the woods, but there's single family homes in here. I'd say you're at roughly half and half. About half of the properties in this area have homes or structures on them. Some people living full time, some people just coming down when it's cold from other parts of the country. You can see power poles real close by. It's located in Old Town, Florida. And if you're not familiar with Old Town, let me just zoom out, give you an idea of where this is at. So here we're looking at Florida here. And you've got Tampa down here to the south. You've got Ocala. Then right in here, you've got Gainesville, Tallahassee, Jacksonville. Zoom in a little bit. So here you got Gainesville. You're actually just west of Gainesville towards the water. And if we zoom in even further, here's where you've got Cross City. So there's an airport there. Here's the Andrews Wildlife Management Area. And this is the Suwannee River that runs all the way down to the water. So if you like to fish, there are tons and tons of popular, there's fishing tournaments all over in this area. So if you are a fisherman, this could be a great place for you. And if we keep zooming in here, so we've actually got one here. We've got another property that's on this street right up in here. And then we've got another property that sits up here. So I'll take you to those next, but let's just go and cover the pricing of this one real fast. If you need to get directions to any of these, just a heads up, go ahead and put in a starting address and I can show you. So for example, say you're coming from like Jacksonville, Florida. Punch in Jacksonville, hit get directions. That's going to open a new tab and you're going to have directions right there. So you can see you're 1 hour and 57 minutes from Jacksonville. Keep in mind all 3 of our properties, so we've got the 2.5, 2.61, and 3 acre. They're all within a block of each other. So these directions are going to be pretty accurate for all 3 of them. But be sure to look at all 3 while you're there. They're similar prices and similar terms. So you've got Jacksonville, about 2 hours. Maybe you're coming from, we can do Tallahassee. Tallahassee, 1 hour and 53 minutes. We can do from Tampa. Say you're coming up from south. Tampa, you're 2 hours and 29 minutes. And then let's go from Cedar Key so you can see how far you are from the water in case you wanted to head over. So you can see here's Old Town. You're just north of Old Town. You come down 98
and you are literally within an hour of the ocean. And that's if you took this route. Now you could also take 349 here. You can see that comes down all of these like private nature reserves, and then that comes down to the water here. So that's pretty cool. And then you can follow the Suwannee River, see how it goes and flows all the way up, and then here's the property. And then if we zoom in on the property, you can see here's the property. You head right out to 272nd. So whether you're looking at this property or this other property that we have right up here, you're just north 272nd and you're heading east, and then you can actually head right over to the river. And you can see here, check it out, there's a boat. There's a boat dock drop in. Pretty cool. You can actually see someone when the aerial footage was taken. They're actually dropping in the boat right to the river. So if you want to drop in your boat right in the river and have a place right off the water, these are 3 perfect parcels for you. So let's talk price and terms. We've got, this is the 2.61 and the 2.5 acre. Both have exactly the same terms. The 3 acre is a little bit more expensive. I'll take you there next. These are at $20,000 with just $2,000 down. Due at closing. If you can pay more monthly, we can do a smaller down payment. So let's say you want to do, we could do something like $700 down, $300 a month, or $0 down, $400 a month. You know, we're flexible. Basically, the less you put down, the more your monthly payment's going to be. The more you put down, we can actually give you a better price. So if you've got $4,000, $5,000, $7,000 in cash, we can actually knock a little bit off of the purchase price and off the interest rate to get you a better deal. Cash buyers, you're going to get the best deal for obvious reasons. Cash is king, 40% off. That's $12,000, which is a really, really, really good price for these 2.5 to 3 acre parcels here in this area. It's residential, no restrictions. So you can do a mobile home, a modular home. There is no specific law in Old Town that prevents you from doing a tiny home. So technically, you could do a tiny home as well. These are the coordinates in case you want to use like a TomTom or a Garmin or something like that. This is the rough estimate of the actual address. Most vacant land doesn't have an address, but you can use this address to get directions if you need to. But honestly, I recommend just punching in your starting address. Punching in your starting address, and that's going to map you right there. You won't have any issues, and then you can head over to the 2.5 and the 3 acre to get directions to those as well. So the next steps, if you want one of these Dixie County properties, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on whatever property you want. So whether it's the 2.6, the 2.5, or the 3 acre, depending on when you look at this, one might be sold, one might be under contract. Find the one that you like. They're all similar locations. They're similar terrain, similar roads and access to power. Click on reserve this parcel. And what that's going to do is that's going to load a page where you can enter in the information that you would want to put in the sales agreement. So whether you're going to pay cash or whether you're going to do financing, we'll prepare a sales agreement for you to review. You can take the property off the market with a refundable deposit of $100 to reserve the property. So you're going to enter your name and your contact information, mailing address, and then punch in a credit or debit card, and we process all of our payments securely. We don't store any credit card information. We use Stripe to process credit card payments. You can think of Stripe as a payment processor similar to like a PayPal. You make your $100 deposit, and then that property is off the market. No one else can buy it while you're reviewing your contract, and that also gives you time if you want to go down and take a look in person. So let's go back, and let's head back to Dixie County, and let's go check out the other ones. So let's open this one in a new tab and this one in a new tab. Here's the 2.5 acre, and I'll just go down so you can get a feel for where this is at relative to the 2.6. This property right here is the 2.6 acre. This is a 2.5 acre. We actually already sold a 2.5 acre on this street to a gentleman that was coming here from, I believe, from Montana. So he's traveled a long way to kind of find a retirement place. So these are great lots if you're looking for affordable lots. You can get a good feel of the area here too. You can see all of the homes and mobile homes and modular homes that have been developed on properties in this area. And like I said, this 2.5 acre is exactly the same terms. Let's head up and let's go to the 3 acre. We're now looking at the 3 acre in Dixie County. This one sits off Deer Trail. And let me show you the location on this one. So let's zoom out. And this one sits north. So here's the 2.6, or here's the 2.6 right here. Here's where the 2.5 acre is, and you can see we're not far north, and you're at the 3 acre. Heading out to the street view, you can see here's the river. Once again, short drive down, and then short drive east, and you're headed, see 272nd. That's what takes you over to this boat dock over here. And so once again, pop in your starting address. The 3 acre, for obvious reasons, is a little bit bigger, a little bit more expensive, $2,000 more expensive at $22,000. On this one though, super cheap down payment, just $1,100 down, a little bit higher monthly because it's a little bit bigger at $299 a month. Cash buyer discount of 40% across the board on any of these 3 properties. So on this one, you're looking at $13,200 for cash, and on the 2.5 acres, you are looking at $12,000 even. So these are all very, very similar properties, very similar terrain. It's really flat. In fact, you can kind of see, just look at how flat it is. Another question that I get asked a lot is this in the floodplain? These are not in the floodplain. So we actually have, with MapRight, we do all of our mapping through MapRight. They have FEMA's floodplains as a layer to add onto the map, and these are not in a floodplain. So you can rest assured that that you're safe. That's it on these properties. Like I said, go ahead, come to our website, browse. This is all we have left in Florida. The other parcels are under contract or have sold. So until we get anything else in, this is it. Click on reserve this parcel. These will sell fast given the weather is starting to get really nice. People are starting to get outdoors and enjoy the summer and enjoy the river. So that's it for now. Let us know if you have any questions. Hope you enjoyed these property tours.